Hey friends, we're in 2 Corinthians 12:9, and there Paul says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Listen to that. My power, God's power, is made perfect in our weakness. What a counterintuitive truth in a world made up of power. In our world, power is made perfect in more power. Wealth is made with more wealth. Them who already have, my grandfather said, get more. But here God says to Paul the opposite. His power is made perfect in human weakness. What Paul discovers in his journey of following the risen Jesus is that his own power and credibility and confidence is not found in himself, but in Jesus. Paul, starting in chapter 10 all the way through here, chapter 12, he's arguing with the Corinthians, trying to prove himself to the readers that he is just as credible as these super apostles. And after attempting to defend himself, he comes to this conclusion that Jesus had already told him in a vision. It's not about you, Paul. It's about Jesus. And that's where you and I come in. So many times we find ourselves trying to prove ourselves to others, and maybe even to ourselves. Our world says your power is found in you. Look at who you are. Look at where you've been. Look at what you know. Look at who you know. Look at what you have. Now, we usually don't say this outright, but everyone else sees through it. They see that we are trying to impress others with who we are. But to do that is to focus the camera on the wrong place and the wrong person. Why not underpromise and overdeliver? It's not us. It never was us. Paul says in 1 Corinthians, the earlier epistle to the Corinthians, in chapter 1, 27, he says, "But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong." John the Baptist said something similar. He must increase, I must decrease. When I let go of my greatness or strength or importance, I'm forced to grab on to the strongest hand in the universe, Jesus' hand. And Jesus himself said, "The last shall be first. The least shall be the greatest." And he held a child in his arms and said, "Therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven." This is the inverted economy of the kingdom of God. Our world is built on pride and our strength, but the kingdom of God is built on humility and serving others. So where do you and I stand? Do we find ourselves still trying to convince others that we're important and wonderful? Let it go. Let them think whatever they want. Don't go for the bait of trying to impress people. Care more about who Jesus is and what he thinks. Live for an audience of one, because his power is made great in your weakness.